Hey guys, it's currently Sunday. On Friday, we went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine with a couple friends, and then went out to supper together, and then they came over and we played some board games. And yesterday, I finished off the Mousy artwork. It is done. I'll include the final footage of that at the end of the vlog, I think, for like the final speed paint portion. But that felt really good. And so today, I ordered all my prints and backing cards for the enamel pins. I had to design that. And I decided I wanted a backing card for the magnets. And so I got those designed and ordered glue dots to stick the magnets to the card. The Squeaky Seamstress is going to be in the usual 5x7 size, but also a bigger size. And the bigger size that worked best with the dimensions is A4. It was almost a perfect fit when scaling up from the 5x7, so 5x7 and A4. Then there's also Halloween Cats print, and then a restock of the Meeting and Sunset Clouds. And speaking of the shop update, I got the bill for that inspection for my sketchbook shipment. So I was so nervous. I opened the PDF, $239, which is way less than I thought it was gonna be. So I wonder if I had an on-site inspection instead of off-site, because everything I've found online said the off-site ones are like thousands of dollars per container. And I'm not a full container, but I'm 6 pallets. That's still a lot. Yeah, $239. So I was just celebrating. I'm like, woo, yay! So I saw that on Friday before we saw the movie, and then after I got out of the movie, I had a different email that said there was an error on the previous invoice sent, and they attached the correct one, and I was like, oh no, oh no, here we go again. So this new invoice shows the cost is $318.99. So it's higher, but still fine. I was worried they messed up. I'm like, oops, actually here's a $1,500 bill or something, but we're good. It's annoying having to pay this random $319, but whatever. Compared to the cost I put into the sketchbooks, it's pretty minimal, and I'm just glad it wasn't more because I was expecting more. So, crisis averted! Christmas is saved! Now, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna redo the kitty window. I made that wooden frame with a screen in it, and after seeing Kiki go through it, the way she went in and out, I had a new idea of how to do the door. So right now, it's a flap like this, but she just squeezes around one side of the flap, and I was like, wait, what if I redo this and I staple on the screen all the way around and then cut a slip up the middle and then a little bit at the bottom like an upside down T, and that makes 2 triangular flaps, and they can just squeeze between the 2 flaps. I feel like that would work a little bit better. Like, this is okay, but now that I thought of that new idea, I want to try it out. This is sitting nicely right now. When it was windy the other day, it was sucking it outwards a little bit like this, but I feel like the new design would be less likely to do that. A lot of these staples are just gonna have to stay in the wood. Unless they're sticking out, then I can pull them out, but we'll just staple around them. The ones that stick up a bit, they kind of scrape against the windowsill, so I feel like it makes sense to pull them out if they're sticking up. Oh, I didn't hit record. Well, I just stapled on the new piece. I mean, you saw me staple it in the last one. Is it really that interesting? No. But yeah, it's all the way around the full perimeter. So I could cut it a little closer to that edge, maybe. Well, maybe a little higher actually. So now it's like this. 2 triangular flaps. I just feel like it's cleaner and it's less flappy, like dragging across their backs. This would just be kind of nicer for them, I think. Kiki, come try your new door. Maybe do you want to try your new door? Oh my goodness. Kiki, please come test it. I want to see if I need to cut the T part wider. Look, I've modified it. Oh, check it out. Here, monkey. Look. Whoa. The flaps are taking a while to settle down. Oh, Kiki's interested. Minda's rolling on the pavement. She's like, actually, this is pretty nice. Oh, yeah, I didn't close this. Sorry. There you go. We got a roly-poly babe out there. Oh, hi, baby. Oh, really? I mean, if Midnight can make it through the door, Kiki can make it through. I'm just trying to see it in action multiple times to gauge how good it is. There's a bit of a traffic jam. It's another hot day. Woo! We actually went for a bike ride earlier this morning before it got too hot. That was really nice. We've been getting good use out of those bikes. Good girl, Midnight. Ooh. For a second I was like, why is that hanging so open? It's because little Moosh has her claw in it. Were you trying to hold it open? Or was that just accidental nail hooking? She's like, why is this screen here? Usually I have an open view to outside. By the way, here's where I put all the notepads for now. Notepads and planner pads. They're under the art table. I had Christian bring them down for me. And in other news, look at my birdie. So cute. A birdie and a mousey and a croissant. I drew those last night, just doodling on the couch with the markers I have upstairs because I have all my non-Copics up there. Although a lot of them are drying out. At the end, after I finished doing this art, I did swatches of every single marker and chucked out the ones that were dried up. And they're like crusty nib dried up, you know, they're not good to rehydrate with alcohol, so I got rid of like at least a quarter of them. So my color selection's kind of limited when I'm up there, but I'll show you the reference I used for this. It's this birdie right here from a Reddit post, because when I see some cute stuff, I just save it to my profile and then I can draw it later, and this was one of them. It just looks so happy and cute and plump, so I had to draw it. I haven't drawn this one yet, but this spider has hearts on its back. Look at that. So cute. Okay, this is the mousy one. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna draw just the mouse right now. So I did that, and then I was like, I need to fill the space, so I'll draw one little croissant off to the side. And so that's the page. I don't know where this came from. It's like a bunch of smudged marker, and as soon as I noticed it, I checked the back of my palm, and there was nothing on it. So I don't even know where that came from, and now it looks like the bird's pooping or something. I didn't do that, I swear. But that little drawing sesh got me thinking about some different art supplies, because I like to use the pencil on top of the marker, but it doesn't always show up that well, especially these Spectrum Noir ones I have upstairs. They're not super pigmented, and I've been thinking about stuff for a while, because when I was in Medicine Hat recently, I was drawing with my nieces and they had these paint markers, and I was like, I should get some of these because it was really fun using them, and they're similar to my Poscas, but it was kind of in the back of my mind, like, I wish I had more colors, because, like, yeah, I have Posca, but I just need more colors, because half of my Poscas are the big Poscas. I don't have that many of the fine tip ones, and I was like, wait, I think I've seen some stuff online about some acrylic paint markers recently, so I bought them. Those Art X markers, I'm seeing them around. I bought some, because they'd be so good for adding extra little opaque details on top of my artwork, or just doing art entirely with those markers. But I envision myself using it for detail work. I have quite a few of the big ones, but again, not so good for details. This is supposed to be over here. These are the little ones, the Poscas. And the new ones should be coming today. So previously I made these little mystery packs that I plan to put up for the Halloween shop update. And they've just got miscellaneous product. A lot of it's B grade, or maybe just partially used by me, or it's just extras I had lying around and there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's a variety of stuff, and some of it's discontinued old stuff. But I put them all into these packs, and I'm going to sell them for 10 bucks each, and the value is at least 25 per bag. That's a low estimate, really. I have to look at my video to remember what's all in them, but I wanted to put a big sticker on the front, like maybe some kind of mystery bag sticker. But then after ordering my big labels, I was like, you know what, maybe I won't make mystery ones, because like I wouldn't be able to order them in bulk and it would just be an unnecessary cost for something I'm already selling for so cheap. But yeah, now that I have the big Baylee J labels, I'm just gonna put those on here. These rolls are so big, they're just unusable. I almost need to rewrap them onto new cores to make smaller rolls. I've just been tearing off a chunk, and then this just sort of hangs loose. This will just help add a little something to this. Yeah. Sure. I might start saving the cores from my paper tape rolls when they run out, and I can wrap these around it. But for now, I might do some kind of fan folded thing. They're just so close to each other that I feel like I need to be precise. So this is not really a good long-term solution. I could also just wrap it around something like my water bottle and then just not have a core. Not too tight. We want to be able to get this off. Okay, I shouldn't wind too much of this without testing that I can actually get it off. I was trying to make it a little loose. Ooh, ooh. Okay, the lid's about to come unscrewed. I got it. Okay, so there's a smaller roll. I could have rolled more, but I was getting nervous about how tight it was around the water bottle. I started just unwinding a bunch of it from the main roll and then wind a bunch of it around the bottle instead of like a little bit of one step, then a little bit of another step. And that was a little faster. So this bird feeder here, the birds just pick out the sunflower seeds and leave everything else behind. So I bought sunflower seeds, which is a shame. I have a huge bag of the other bird seed, but they don't like the other seeds. They better like this, because I have a huge bag of it. I mean, it's just regular raw sunflower seeds, unsalted. Okay, I got to some emails and some other boring stuff, and I'm gonna go cook supper now because it's my turn to cook. And after supper, House of the Dragon, yeah! Second last episode of the season. Ah. There's the food. It's a lemongrass chicken with some kind of mango salad thingy. And my markers are here too. So exciting. That food was so good, especially the mango. Delish. And now, we have less than an hour till House of the Dragon. Because it starts at 7. And I want to look at the markers. How many layers are there? And now isn't that pretty? This is a 60 color set. I'm not sure how many colors they have in total, but I know they had different sets. I'm not sure if there's color overlap between the sets, but I went with this one because it looked like it had more pastel colors. Because this was labeled as the manga set or anime set or something on Amazon, but it doesn't say that on the box. Ooh, I don't get many new art supplies these days. Like I bought a bunch of more Copics earlier in the year, but even that was a little unusual for me, and that's not a new supply. I just got new colors, but you know, without doing the art videos, I'm not testing a bunch of different new products anymore. I'm not sure where they want us to stick the big oval sticker, but considering these should be stored tip down, the little circle ones must go here. So I'm gonna do that first. Hopefully everything's in the correct order because I'm just putting these on in the order they're in. Oh gosh, these are so tiny. I might need tweezers for this. Oh, that is not centered at all. It is what it is. That's the most crooked one yet. No wonder they make us do this ourselves. Otherwise these markers would probably cost twice as much. This one gets a green sticker? Are you sure? Are you sure? Maybe this is easier if I actually grab the marker. I wonder what the numbering system means, because some of these have letters and some don't. Some are number only. Looks like there's two separate plastic trays in here, so if you wanted to take the tray out of the box, you could. The little plastic cubbies. But the box is so nice, so heavy duty. This is like diamond painting, all the prep you gotta do before you can actually start. The top stickers are all on. Ta-da! But not the other stickers. We don't have time for that. And honestly, I don't know if those even really need to be on there. But let's give it a little test. I don't know. I have one sheet I keep behind to prevent Copic bleeding through, but I left it upstairs. Which makes sense because this is my upstairs sketchbook. I just want to do one test over top of Copic. Some V15. What if we had a really dark color? V99. And let's do another one for funsies. Ooh, what color am I starting with? I guess 66. So you don't have to push the tip in like a Posca. It's just should be ready to go based on what I've been looking at. Whoa. Oh goodness, look at the coverage. Cause see, I could do details like this on top of marker, like on top of Copic with gouache, but it's just such a hassle busting out the paint sets and everything and the water, like I'm trying not to bring out too much stuff at once. I feel like the markers are just easy, you just grab them. I just checked my email because I was like, what was that art company that just reached out to me recently? And I looked and it was ArtX. It was this company. Just like within the past week, they reached out and I declined, and now here I am. I think they just wanted to send me some free stuff, not like a sponsored thing, but still. Kind of funny how I ended up buying it right after anyway. On accident. Ooh, opaque. I've heard the white is not so opaque. I cannot even see where I grabbed the marker from. Okay. So let's give the white a try. Oh. I mean, that looks pretty good. Will it stay good? I don't know, but that's better than the tests I was seeing on TikTok last night. Oh, that's fun. Ooh, I'm excited. The tip just feels so much nicer than a Posca. It comes out nicely. Ooh. I should probably create a proper swatch page of some kind. But, I mean, the color's pretty accurate so far to the cap colors and everything. Okay, let's do something where we layer it on itself. Oh, this is a good color. I don't want to waste it on a big swatch area like this. Apparently you can't get these markers individually, so like, I do not want to run out of a color I really like. So yeah, they're acrylic markers. So they're water-based. Oh, juicy, juicy. And like I was saying earlier, I plan to mostly use these for color accents and detail work. I doubt I would do full illustrations using these, but it could still look cool. Oh, got 15 minutes. Go, go, dry. Oh yeah, let me just do the behind the paper test. Oh my goodness. Look at this. You see the Copic, you don't see any of the other markers. So that's really good for sketchbooks. Because alcohol-based stuff goes right through, but water-based does not. Oh. Oh. Okay, let's assume that's dry. It's been like 2 minutes. Let's grab a yellow. Oh yeah. Trying to see if it's re-wetting this and then transferring to the yellow tip. It could be possible, but I don't see it. I don't see it on this one. Okay, that's fun. Because yeah, you can color on so many surfaces with these. Wood, rocks, whatever. Okay, I know it's not much to look at, but that's all I really have time for right now. I'm very excited. Maybe tomorrow's live stream is gonna have to be art so I can play around with this. But wait, before I go, we need a juicy close-up. We need a close-up. Eh? Eh? It's now Monday, and I finally went to the doctor to get this looked at. Okay, I'll just put it in a picture because that's probably not going to focus. But I have got this brown spot on my thumb, and I've had it for a long time now, like years. And it just stayed as 2 brown dots for a very long time. But over this past year, it's kind of like feathering out and spreading in a weird way. So I went to get it looked at. And I got my referral to a dermatologist for a mole check, like a general one. This doctor I saw today was not too concerned about the thumb thing, but since I do have other moles on my body, he thought those were worth a look. So I guess a derm will just look at all of it. I will say there are a couple weird ones on my arm. So I'm glad I'm getting like a full check. Better safe than sorry, right? You know, I feel like I delay this kind of thing because I'm like, oh, I don't want to be a bother. Like, what if I go in and it's nothing? But so like, what if it is something? Like, go in, get that kind of thing checked. So I'm glad I'm finally getting the ball rolling on this. Also, I just edited a little TikTok, and so I'm gonna get that posted right now. I had it kind of half edited the other day, but I redid it, and it was kind of good that I didn't finish it the other day because I changed it. Since I redid the Catio screen, I can include that new footage. Where am I? There we go, TikTok folder. I don't know if this one should go on Instagram though. That's the one thing about those doing vlog style TikToks now is I'm like, I don't really want all of those on Instagram. This one's cat related. It almost should go on my cat TikTok account, but I'm putting it on the main one. Same thing when I did their little door into the kitty litter area of the furnace room. I just posted that to my main TikTok. Because it was kind of like crafty, DIY, so I'm like, sure, put it on the main. So after packing those orders, I got some food and then set up for my live stream, and I did in fact do some art stuff with these markers, and I would include some of that footage in this vlog, but I'm going to be real with you. I do not have time to edit that art footage. It takes a long time to trim down when it's from a live stream because there's so many pauses to cut out, and I just don't have time because I have not started any of the editing of this vlog yet because I did not have time this morning. So I'm just going to show the final art, okay? And if you want to watch the process, it's in the live stream. Just filling in more space on the page I was doodling on yesterday. So we have this cat, we have this lady, because I saw a video on TikTok of someone who put down flat color with these markers and then drew on top with the liner pen. So that's what that was. And I also tested layering some grass on black paper. It does seem to absorb the ink a little bit, but it's really not so bad. Like, look at this heart. That looks pretty solid. So yeah, it looks good on the black paper. And then I wanted to draw a character that I could add a bunch of marker detail to. And I wanted green skin, pink hair. So I was like, let's draw an alien. Well, it turns out it was not an alien. It turned into a witch. And I thought she was so cute that I was too scared to add a bunch of detail with the paint markers. So I didn't. This is her here. No marker details. But she's so cute. She's got to be a sticker or something because she's adorable. And then this one's also adorable. This is the one where I was like, okay, I'm doing marker detail this time. And it turned out great. I wasn't really sure what to do with marker detail in her hair. I probably could have left it mostly no paint marker because maybe that'd be a nice break from all the other detail. But we got a bunch of little glitter on the outfit. The flowers were done with the paint pens, and all the detail on the wing basically except the base layer of Copic. I have something in my lens. When I zoom in, there's a dot on the left side of the screen. What is that? There, it's something in my lens. Anyway, close up of her. Do-do-do-do. Do-do. And a close up of the witch. It kind of looks like Elphaba and Galinda colors mixed. And then the hat's kind of giving Ranny vibes from Elden Ring. She's somehow a combo of all three. So that was a very successful art session. I didn't expect to make such cute art today, but I'm glad it happened. And I haven't drawn human characters in what feels like forever. Maybe I've drawn something, I don't know. Not in this sketchbook anyway. It's like going back to my roots. Now, earlier today, some blanks came in, and I wanted to quickly show them. So there's the pocket tees for the Halloween design. I have modified the pocket design, by the way. I don't think I showed it on the vlog yet. But this is the new design for the pocket. And so I'm going to try embroidering in the pocket. It's an interesting process. You have to pin back the pocket. We'll give it a try. And if we absolutely hate it, I could always just do DTF. But time's a ticking, so I gotta figure out real quick. I'm confident the embroidery will work. I think it'll work. I've looked up how to do it. We just gotta hoop it and then use safety pin to pin this out of the way. And then we'd probably have to manually align the design every time because we're not gonna have it hooped exactly in the right spot every time on the pocket, you know? So it'll be a little extra work in that sense. But yeah, this is the Comfort Colors color. It's called Pepper, which is actually interesting for a kitty design because we used to have a cat named Pepper on the farm. So this is the one that goes up to 3XL, and then for 4XL, 5XL, I got a different blank. I thought I had it. Maybe I left it upstairs. Be right back. This is the gilded one, so very similar color. Kind of gray color. Yeah. So that's that. And then I bought a bunch of different blanks just to see what they were like because, you know, I get a lot of these unisex styles and I just wanted to try some other styles of shirts. Although some of the ones I ordered are still unisex, just different brand. Like this one, I believe. This is Next Level Apparel, and it's a brand that was recently added to the website I was looking at or something. This does feel nice. This is a heathered shirt. I don't think I realized this color was heathered, but it feels nice. Like I'm gonna have to try it on and everything. But that's a unisex style shirt. Okay, I tried it on. It is very soft. I don't know if it's thick enough for embroidery, but it could be good for other types of shirts. DTF, I don't know. It's a little less boxy than the Comfort Colors medium, you know? Yeah. That's a large. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay, this is Bella in canvas. Like a women's cut, because I'm looking for some more feminine options. This is quite thin though. I don't think I can embroider on this. Like, look at that. Look at that. I feel like that's Bella and Canvas's problem. They got really soft clothes, but they're so thin. Like, would my bra show through this? Also, that's a large. This looks smaller than the unisex medium. And then there's this crop top, which is a big disappointment. I love the color. Love, love. But it's probably the thinnest shirt I've seen in my entire life. Well, okay, when I hold it up to the window, I could see through both layers. I don't think that's really showing on camera, but you can at least see through the one layer back there, sort of. It's just abysmally thin, which is like, why? I feel like no matter what bra you wear under this, you're gonna see it. It is very soft, but like, why not thicker? This might be the thinnest shirt I've ever held, and I had high hopes for this one. Yeah, it's see-through, but like, it's such a cute cut. Why? Why do they have to use such thin fabric? Okay, this one's the baby tee. It's also a crop, and I actually quite like this. It is thicker, and it's got a ribbed kind of knit material. It is a little bit see-through, but not devastatingly so. I would just wear a different bra with this one. Oh, it's cute. Oh my god, should I start wearing crop tops? I'm too self-conscious for crop tops, but I want to wear them. I want to. But because I'm so short, I feel like shorter top is more flattering on me. Also, I thought this would be too small for me, but it is meant to be fitted, so that actually fits okay. I like this one. And then I think I just have this one last thing, assuming I found them all in the boxes. This is a crew neck, but it's shorter than my usuals. I guess I could just put this right over top of this tee. So yeah, shorter length, so it's more feminine, you know. It's almost cropped. If you had a really long torso, it maybe is cropped on you, but I'm liking it. And it's comfy. It doesn't have super soft on the inside. It's like this. French Terry or whatever this is called, but it's not scratchy, not uncomfortable. The outside's very soft. It just gets tricky when I do feminine cut stuff, because it's like, oh well, that kind of limits maybe who would want to buy it. So it probably just depend on the project what blank something gets put onto, but I do want to experiment with more. Even the unisex crews, I might try mostly using a different one by Independent, because there's their pigment dye line, but that's the really expensive one. If I went with their standard mid-weight crews, I could cut the cost a lot on these. I could sell them for more like $40 instead of $60, which would be nice. But again, it depends on the project, depends what color I need. There might be times I still need the pigment dye ones, especially for the pink, because that pink is so good. I'm loving this one. I feel like this is a good length for me. Oh wait, I didn't try this one on. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. One, it looks pretty small. Two, it's just too see-through. I can already tell I don't want it. Oh, and my brown zips, the Bella and Canvas zips, I've been having supply issues with those, and I have not been able to get more in because they have not come back in stock. And so I'm really short on size large, and I'm also missing some mediums, and then I can't remember if it's extra large or 2XL I'm missing some of. Anyway, large is what I'm really lacking. I have like 3 size larges. And instead of doing the same design on a different color sweatshirt, I'm going to hold off till after the Halloween update, and then yes, do the same design, but in a different color scheme on a different colored blank. So it'll be limited availability on the brown, and then I'll re-release it in a different colorway basically. So if you're a fan of the sleeve but don't want the brown, you can hold off. I'm going to be using thread colors we have existing stuff, so the color scheme would probably be similar to Luna Moth, but not on a purple blank. But I'm thinking of using some of those teal minty colors, maybe purple. We'll see. I don't know exactly, but we'll see. That's the plan. And I am now going to edit this vlog, at least half of it, because whatever I don't edit tonight I have to do in the morning, but tomorrow morning's when the vlog is supposed to go up, so I had to cut myself off. This is not goodbye yet. We have to do the Squeaky Seamstress art segment. So I did a lot of stuff off camera. Well, coloring behind the line art and then coloring the line art itself so that it wasn't black. Although for coloring the line art, it was pretty easy because I realized brown worked for a lot of things like brown, yellow, orange, that kind of stuff. So I just flooded the whole layer with brown to make all the line art brown, and then just colored over the areas that I wanted the line art to be a different color. And if I ever do something like this again, I'm not going to do that textured chalky line art. It's just awful because you can color right up to the edge of your lines, but then you still see the texture behind the lines. I'd probably go with like a solid color line art, and then I can simulate texture on top of it later if I want to. But it was a pain in the booty coloring this in. And for the shadows, I kind of cheated it a little bit. Instead of picking colors and shading in, I just did a single layer and I set it to color burn, and I used a mid-tone gray and a dark gray to shade things in, because stuff that's a lighter color, the gray doesn't show up as much, so I would use the darker gray for the lighter items like yellow, or the light mint color, the cream color, and I would just hit X on my keyboard to switch between the two grays, and I colored it that way. I did have to erase some shading I did on the original color layer, and I redid it with the color burn layer. And then for the patterns here, this was really fun. This is probably the best part of the whole process, to be honest. I just added in the patterns. And so I was going to maybe paste in a gingham on the window and kind of warp it. And then I was like, no, I think this will be faster and look better if I just hand draw it. So I had the gingham on the side for reference and just did it all by hand. And then for this pattern on the table, this is probably where I struggled the most because I just wanted to paste in a pattern. So first I was going to draw a grid and then draw on it. And I was like, no, we're pasting in. So I drew a strawberry pattern and I kept pasting that in, but I kept redoing it, bringing it back in, so much back and forth that I didn't even include in this footage. And the end result, I don't know, maybe I should have just hand drawn the strawberries, because on the quilt, I did hand draw the strawberry pattern. And so I'm like, well, maybe I should have hand drawn this one too. But I also pasted the strawberry pattern on the fabric behind her because I'm assuming that's where she got this cut of fabric from. And it looks a lot better on that one. But the one on the table just doesn't, I don't know. It's the one thing I think doesn't look quite right, but it's good enough. You know what I mean? But then for everything else, I just hand drew it in place because everything was a lot smaller, like little polka dots, stripes, that kind of thing. And yeah, that was very, very fun. And on this dark pink fabric, I was doing really fine stripes, and then I turned it into like a, no, not checker. What do you call it when you have like two stripes intersecting? Like a plaid, I guess. I did like a really fine plaid pattern, if you can call it that. And I was like, wait a minute, when you zoom out, you can't even tell it's there. So I just erased it, and I did stripes on a different piece of pink, but they're bigger, more noticeable stripes. So I've cut some stuff out of this video. This is not the full process, but I at least included most of the patterns because I find this satisfying to watch. And here on the quilt, I made some of the patterns in different directions, and that's where I drew the little strawberry pattern, again, in different directions. And so that was just hand-drawn instead of pasted in, and it kind of looks better. But I didn't want to go redo the main one, so I didn't. And then for this orange pattern, I forgot that all these patterns are on the same layer, and so those oranges were overlapping with the pink stripes below. So I had to redo the pink stripes. After already fussing with them for so long, I had to redo them. But it kind of looks better in the redo anyway, maybe. I don't know. But man, this art piece, I put a lot of hours into this thing. It's so much more detail than I normally do. But I think it's so worth it. It looks so good. I kept the shadows very light to give it that kind of bright, happy feel. And I just love it. The colors, the art itself, her room, all the details. I'm really proud of this one. And so I've ordered a lot of prints of it. I want this to be in stock in my shop for a very long time. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm very proud. I hope you enjoyed it. And I don't really have anything else to say. So enjoy silence for a few seconds. Oh, wait, the sewing machine. It's just cute, is it not? I like the pattern I did on it because I wanted something like that. And I was like, okay, just start drawing some roses and then start drawing some swirlies around it. And it worked. And there she is, Squeaky Seamstress. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But look at those together. Isn't that adorable? Loodles. So I switched this up a little bit. The planner pad